Welcome to my channel, Peaceful Chaos Therapy, legally known as Peaceful Chaos. And I just want to say welcome. Welcome. It is a new month. We are in the month of March. I hope you enjoy what I have to offer you all on a weekly basis, sometimes bi-weekly, just depending on what's going on. But let's just get into it. So because we are in March, I usually call March Madness, but I wanted to switch it up and do it and call it March Forward, right? Especially because March is Women's History Month. March is also Social Work Month. Shout out to all our social workers out there. I am a social worker at LCSW. We run the world, but we love everybody. So I want to focus on just like marching forward into this next chapter in your life, your phases of life, career, personal, romantic, friendships, all the other good stuff, right? And so for today's topic, I wanted to talk about just doing it, right? The phrase for the day is just do it, right? This topic came about as I was talking to one of my clients because I am a full-time therapist, and you know, I often hear women, or I often have women asking me, right, how do I balance this? How do I do this? How do I do that? Or what, like, when do I know? And I always tell them, just do it, right? And when I say just do it, I literally mean just that. Just do it. Try it out and see what works for you. Because in reality, we don't know what works and what doesn't. We won't know that until we actually do it, and then we can determine what do we need to pivot, what changes do we need to make, how do we need to navigate things and go from there, right? So for an example, you're a woman and you want to you know, of course, get married one day, but still have your career, have a child, have a family, all that other stuff, travel, all that other stuff. It's possible. It very much so is possible, but you have to do it to determine how will it look for you and how will it work for you, and to be able to determine, is this even something that I want to do, right? Because you may realize, I don't want to be a career woman for long. I just want to be a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, or a business owner, which is actually more work, especially in the beginning, than working for somebody's 9 to 5, but the rewards are a lot better, just for me personally, right? But you know, you may realize that this isn't for you, or you may realize you don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. You don't want to work from home at all. You don't want kids. But of course, you will probably figure out that you don't want kids before you start having kids, if you put everything else into play and see how you like it. You may see that, you know, you really enjoy your life, right? You really enjoy the traveling. You really enjoy being great at something, and you don't have to split that time up with somebody else, or for somebody else. You may determine that you don't want to be married, right? But in reality, you have to do certain things to figure it out. You have to get into those committed relationships to figure it out. You have to try working and operating a business at the same time to figure it out, to see if that's what you want, right? Or try whatever that may be. You just have to literally just do it, because everything is not going to, we can't pre-plan everything. There's not meal prepping, right? Life isn't meal prepping. You can't pre-plan everything and be like, okay, this is going to go exactly how I plan it every single day. That's not how that works. You know, certain things, yes, certain things can go exactly how you want it to go, but not everything. Heck, if we being honest, right? If you meal prep, there are days where you're like, I don't want this meal. I didn't have it 2 days already. I'm finna go get something else, and then I'll come back to this meal the day after. You see how that worked? You planned it out and you still didn't even stick with the plan. Just saying, no shade, but that's just life, right? It's not, we don't always know what we want to do. We don't always know where we're going to be. We don't always know those things. And we can brainstorming all day, every day. You can do that all day, every day. I actually encourage it, so that you can at least have a sense of direction of where you want to go. But you will not have the final answer ahead of time until you actually do it. And then you realize, okay, this is where I need to make changes. This is where I need support. This is where I need to pivot. or this is why I stopped because this is not what I expected it to be, and this no longer suits me, right? It just doesn't. Did I say the right word for that one? Whatever. But bottom line is, don't be afraid. As you are marching forward, just do it. Do what it is you want to do. Try it out loud. Don't let anybody stop you. Don't let anything get in your way. Test it out. Test your theories and your hypotheses and see what's the outcome. And determine, is this the outcome that I want, or do I need to make more changes to figure out to get to where I'm trying to get to? And guess what? If you need to make more changes, that is okay. I promise you, that is okay. Ain't nobody checking you. Who gonna check you? Who gonna check you because you want to do something different? Who gonna check you because you realize this no longer works for me, or I don't like this at all? It sounded good in my head. It sounded good in theory, but it ain't. It ain't what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? And now it is what it is, right? So go for it. Have fun doing it. Don't be afraid, and challenge yourself, right? And so with that being said, I want to keep this video short, cute, simple, and sweet. So with that being said, like, follow, and subscribe, and share on all platforms, especially here on YouTube, so that other people can get the same message of literally just do it, okay? I just do it all the time. I wanted to stop working. I'm going to give y'all guys a story. I wanted to stop working for the state. I was working for the state before I became a full-time therapist, and I had everything set up that I could possibly have set up. I got my experience with working for another private practice in the beginning just to get my feet wet, just to see how it is. I did it for a whole year. I mapped out this whole plan, and I did it. And about that was in September. So about 9 months after I got married, I quit my state job, and I was like, I'm finna just take the leap of faith and do it. Granted, I saved up money, right? Again, because I did all my research ahead of time, right? I saved up the money that I needed to save to cover my expenses for the next 3 months. My husband was very full aware of what was going to take place. But I did everything I needed to do so that anything wouldn't fall on him. And I knew, based on me working for somebody else, how long it would take for me to start getting paid from insurances and stuff like that. So I took that leap of faith and I just did it, okay? So I'm saying all that to say, and I share that story to tell you to just do it. It is okay. Don't be afraid. And hell, do it afraid. Do it afraid. Oh, I'm sorry, I cursed. But do it afraid, and it will be okay. I guarantee you're going to get the answer you're looking for. And that's whether I want to keep going with it, or, you know what, I'm glad I did it, and I realized this is not for me, so I can scratch this off the list, and I don't have to revisit this at this time in my life. Okay? So, again, with that being said, like, subscribe, share your comments, share your thoughts. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in. And I will see you all again soon. Bye.